What's up, everybody? This is Marty McFly on Rewind That. On today's show on the playback, we're going to find out, did they really say that or no? I've got the footage and I hold everyone accountable. Stay tuned. Hey, ever since I was a little Marty, I've always had an expensive microphone. But the real question is, how much is it? Oh man, it's up there. But you know one thing? I'm triggering a whole lot of Manbabies on YouTube. And now that I hit Ultra Instinct Marty, wait till you see all the triggering that's happening today. Hey, Jamal, can I get some Cash App subscriber music? Yeah. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate it over here. And oh, don't forget those Cash Apps. Jamal needs a brand new microphone himself, and those car payments are expensive. I know, Jamal, I know. How did we get here? You are now entering the man-baby zone where grown men become babies, and Jamal did not want to edit this video. But it had to be done, Jamal. Okay, roll a tape.
You know, as black people, we tend to just look at the headlines. We don't actually look into the material.
A few moments later.
I don't watch your channel. You understand me? Everything that I said really is because I took a glance at your channel before I even started talking.
12 seconds later.
Marty's channel, all I see is him being on panels, talking to or making points and talking to these chicks that are literally saying that passport bros are this and that and they can't get women and that are shaming people that are traveling. You understand me? Or taking clips and all of that stuff and having what you would call a Marty moment and all of that stuff.
1 hour later.
Again, like I said before, black people tend to not watch the content. They tend to just read the labels and go off of that. And he just submitted to it. I'm glad he actually said that, because there's no way you can actually, go through my channel and have that thought process. So he already admitted that. That's cool.
2 hours later.
I'm not trying to tell you what you should do.
Meanwhile, later.
If I go to your channel, all I see is what Ty City and Ramil called SBN, where it's about him roasting, other people that are talking shit about the passport bro movement and shit. And my thing is that if you're somebody if you're a man of the world, you're a man of means, you have a growing a network and investments and all of that shit. First of all, my thing is
2 hours later.
I don't watch your channel. You understand me? Everything that I said really is because I took a glance at your channel before I even started talking.
3 hours later.
What is the importance of having to talk to these same bitches that you don't give a fuck about because you're dealing with far better women overseas? What is the reason to still be in their face?
What was the reason?
To tell them about the shit that you're doing.
20 minutes later.
I don't watch your channel. You understand me? Everything that I said really is because I took a glance at your channel before I even started talking. I'm not trying to tell you what you should do.
And this is just a few examples of the inconsistencies. 1 minute, he never saw my channel. Next minute, he's telling me what's on my channel. 1 minute, he's not telling me what to do. The next minute, he's telling me what to do. I mean, make up your mind. These man babies are out of control. But what they don't understand, Marty's a lot smarter than they think. And in real time, I'm remembering this entire conversation so I can pull it back up later. Let's go into it.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I know I'm always trolling Marty and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I would be more in agreement with Marty with everything he says about traveling, right? Than Auntie. But as far as this conversation goes, if I was to vote, I would actually have to vote for Auntie in this one. And the reason why I say this is because there is more congruency on where he stands. And I'm going to explain why. Because his thing is still, everything that he said. If you're traveling out there to get pussy, you must have had problems with women. All the points that he represents, right? And then we have all the points that Marty represents. But the thing, the issue that I have on Marty's end is that he's talked so much about the networks he has outside of the country, the investments he has outside of the country, the networks he's building and all of that stuff, right? But it's like, and this is the thing, like I have passport what you would consider passport bros or traveling people, and all throughout my family and stuff, being somebody that grew up overseas as well. But my thing is, if you're so an international person, a person of the world, first of all, most of these people ain't really on YouTube like that. And I think everybody here can agree, right? Most of them folks be on the really on the low doing their thing. You understand? They don't really are bothered with anything that goes on, mostly in this space. But my problem is that if I go over to Marty's channel, all I see is him being on panels, talking to or making points and talking to these chicks that are literally saying that passport bros are this and that, and they can't get women, and that are shaming people that are traveling. You understand me? Or taking clips and all of that stuff and having what you would call a Marty moment and all of that stuff, where it's about him roasting, other people that are talking shit about the passport bro movement and shit. And my thing is that if you're somebody if you're a man of the world, you're a man of means, you have a growing a network and investments and all of that shit. First of all, my thing is, what is the importance of having to talk to these same bitches that you don't give a fuck about because you're dealing with far better women overseas? What is the reason to still be in their face to tell them about the shit that you're doing? You understand me? Because and plus, we're talking about investments and all that stuff, but all I've heard is, oh, some of you ain't got it like that, but that's okay. Oh, a man of the world I've always learned that a man of the world is a mysterious man and is intriguing to women again. Or, oh, I smell good in my cologne. Or I'm looking crispy. Or I've had people go on trips with me and they see me put 20 bitches in line. Like, nigga, if I hear you say that kind of shit, of course I'm going. If I have this perception of, oh yeah, passport bros is about sex tourism, and now I'm talking about somebody that is a traveler, and all the receipts that I see you show is still centered around the dick pussy conversation, because I'm seeing pictures of women. But okay, I get it, maybe you photographer and all of that stuff, right? But it's still centering around the whole women and how the women are. And yes, I know you mentioned culture and all that stuff, but just because you mentioned it doesn't mean that is that, because I'm still seeing more of the dick pussy conversation in all the points that were brought forward. Because if we talking business and investments and all of that shit, well, tell me how you going to stop freaking feminism? It would have infiltrated already, but spreading throughout these countries that you travel to, where the better women are, so they don't corrupt those women like they've already corrupted the women over here. You understand me? Are you fleecing some politicians to stay in power so that your businesses that you have there won't be affected? Because after all, you did say that you care about economics and you care about investments, right? So, but if I go to your channel, all I see is what Ty City and Ramil called SBN.
Thank you for your comments. Who's that? Smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, Smooth always trolls me. It's cool. But no, he brings up an interesting point. And thank you for your comments. Now, the thing is, again, I am always bigging up who? I've said it like 6 times in this room. Alonzo Hall. He is the financial advisor, not me. I am not going to look into your portfolio, tell you how to do what. I am not qualified to give that type of financial advice. However, you know it as well as I do. I mention him in all my videos, put his links up there. And to be honest with you, when Alonzo Hall does live streams, I don't see none of you niggas. So if you're really concerned about business, go to where the business is.
Stop the record and rewind that.
I'm telling you the fruits of the labor and how things could look nice after you take care of business. And so that might be the confusion when you come to my channel. You have to understand, I'm invited to a lot of spaces, like I'm invited here. Melody, am I lying to you or something? Melody hit me up and said, hey, I know you're an avid traveler, and I know I like to talk. Clearly, people say I like to hear my own sound and my own voice. And I have the charisma and I have the personality that people want to listen to. Hey, come on the channel. I would like you to talk to this guy named Ant. I said, cool. And this is what happens 99% of the times. But yeah, of course, sometimes I do peruse. And if I hear somebody saying something, see the difference between me and a lot of other guys, I don't go where it's safe. I go into the most hostile territory. And even when I go to these
But you've been over here.
Hold on. Let me finish. I did not interrupt you. Just to be clear, I did not interrupt you one time. So when I go into these hostile places, I stand on my square. And people want to see this content because all too often you hear this side of the story. Because in one moment you'll say to me, and I'll reference Ant, hey, Marty McFly, how come you don't talk about the type of stuff that you do? Because all I'm hearing is guys talking about this. Now, when I actually go into the Lion's Den again, and I'm glad you pointed out, Mr. Smooth, I'm not on my own channel being Mr. Safe. It ain't never safe with me. I go to where the opposition is, much like I'm here tonight, and I stand on my points. And the reason why I repost them, because they stand on its own. See, the truth is always the truth, no matter where you say it. You could be in church or you can be at home. You know what I'm saying? I speak the truth. And the thing about it is I have receipts to prove what I'm saying. So if you want to know more about finances, there's a guy in the room currently. His name is Alonzo Hall. Please hit him up if you're really serious about it. Or because a lot of times what people do, they try to make you their biological proxy daddy.
And this was the point Marty went nuclear.
How come you're not doing this? Nigga, I'm not your daddy. That's his responsibility. He should have told you how to save money. He should have told you how to talk to women. Don't get mad at me because I'm doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm not throwing shade towards you. So don't get like I'm getting on you. But I have to keep it real with y'all. When people come to my channel, it's my channel. I do what I want. And guess what? You don't have to watch it. You know, when you look on my channel, what does it say? Tech, travel, all things Marty. It doesn't say just bitches and financial advice. I do everything. So when I start traveling, guys like you are going to be sitting on their palms. Well, he's traveling now. I guess I was wrong. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know where I'm going to be in 4 months and who I'm talking to behind the scenes and helping. Some of your favorite guys come to me for advice about audio, about video, about traveling. So you have no clue. And I'm not sitting here. 90% of the stuff I do, I don't talk about. So you're just getting a fraction, like a slither. So if you really want financial advice, boom, Alonzo Hall, the All-Star Advisor. That is where all you guys can go for that. So, because that's where I got the information. I'm gonna be humble about my shit. He taught me a lot of stuff over these past 2 years. I had no clue, but guess what? I'm able to if he wanted to give me a doctorate in what he does, he'll tell you. I am very knowledgeable in his field, even though I'm not certified in all the things that he's certified in. But he's the guy. If you want to get your money together and you're not sure what's going on, I'm not a financial advice channel. I never said I was. I'm telling you, you need to have your stuff together, domestic or overseas. Get out of this whole tricking thing and paying people overseas. If that's not what you do personally, it is not something you have to worry about, because I'm not worried about it. So that's not something I do. I don't promote it. If you see me and you see the videos I've been posting, these are all my friends. Some of them pay me to shoot them, and some of them my friends. So when when people say, "Oh, you're socially awkward, you're uncalibrated," nigga, I've been showing receipts for goddamn 45 minutes. And you know one thing that none of you guys who talk like you would do? You would not put a reel of your receipts for 5 seconds up here right now. You'll have every excuse, and I don't want you to, but I already know the outcome if I did. So let's get one thing clear. This is a Marty moment. And I know you like him because you do troll me, and I'm not mad at it. But be clear, nobody is going to do what I do with the confidence that I do it at. And that's why I do what I do, because people like to see it. Let's be honest. People like you, and I don't mind the banter.
People like me.
People like you, yes.
What do you mean, people like me?
People like you who go to other people's channels and try to tell them what to do on their own channels. And I would ask you, let's look at your channel. What are you doing on your channel since you have so much to say? And here's the thing, I know you're not doing much.
Can I respond?
And the thing about it is, I don't care. I don't go to your channel to look for content. So whatever you're doing is not a concern of mine. And that's the principle. Can you let me talk? Because I didn't say a word when you were talking. Is that okay?
Well, guys, let's just keep it short because we have other people.
Yeah, I would just like to get
let's keep it short.
Well, just mute yourself if you don't mind.
Everybody mute up.
Just mute yourself, because when you talk, I mute. I don't do that. So all I'm saying is, whatever you guys are doing on your channels, more power to you. I hope you become successful. But I'm not going to go to your channel and be like, well, how come you're not doing this? How come you're not doing it? If there's such a lack of this and that, then you do it. I'm not your daddy. I'm not here to teach you anything. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a big enough problem where you have to jump on a live panel to confront me, I guess, read me my rights and put me in my place, cool. But then let's just say I agree with you. Cool. Then why aren't you doing it? What's the big excuse? And then that's when the room gets silent. That's when people retreat. Sometimes they name call me. Oh, you're a lame. You're this. Hello? Yeah, they'll start calling your names. It's like the fact still stays as it stays. If you want to see something happen, stop looking for other people to do it, and you go get it done. Just like I searched out Alonzo Hall. I didn't wait for you to tell me. I went and got the best person to do the best job. I didn't wait around till I saw a video. I didn't wait around till somebody else told me to do it. I didn't wait around till I saw a video on your channel. I, as a man, went and sought out the best person qualified to do what I needed to be done. And I went to him, and he'll tell you in this space, a lot of dudes talk that money stuff, but when it comes down to actually putting money in and skin in the game, everybody scatters like roaches. So don't talk to me about what I'm doing money-wise or not, because I could pull him back up here and he will tell you. Let the financial guy talk that money shit to you, because I'm sure he would love to talk about it. But just to wrap this up, if you're really concerned with finances, Alonzo Hall, the All-Star Advisor, that's where you go for that.
I was just going to say, I wasn't asking for financial advice. I was actually talking about, the economic situation in the countries that you're invested in and how you're going to stop certain things. Now, the thing is that I don't watch your channel. You understand me? Everything that I said really is because I took a glance at your channel before I even started talking. You know what I'm saying? And just from the titles alone, you can already tell what it is. And plus, we had Bronzebird up here already saying what you do with your channel. I'm not trying to tell you what you should do. But again, my thing is that if somebody is coming with that disposition, that a certain group of people that unfortunately they've lumped you in with as being somebody that travels, right? I don't think it's the best thing to only have receipts when it centers around the dick pussy conversation, because then you're kind of like affirming the disposition that they already have. And I know that is not your place. You're not here to change people's minds or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you chose to come up here and talk about this because it is still Auntie versus Marty McFly. And not every time you get invited to come up here to talk. Sometimes you come up here on your own accord to talk about the same shit, the same type of SBE to the women that that you really don't give a fuck about, or talking about the same issues that really don't have to bother somebody that is of the world and that is out there traveling.
Again, like I said before, black people tend to not watch the content. They tend to just read the labels and go off of that. And he just submitted to it. I'm glad he actually said that, because there's no way you can actually, go through my channel and have that thought process. So he already admitted that. That's cool. And like I said, I get invited to certain places, like I get invited tonight. I have the conversation, and if you really want the conversation to go a certain way, then you do it. I'm not your daddy.
Stop the record. And rewind that.
And I'm not telling you guys to travel. If you want to stay in your own communities and talk to Keishas, go have at it. Have a good time. I don't care what you do with your money. I don't care what you do with your channel. Stop acting like I'm supposed to convince you of anything. You have to understand, Apex, I don't care what anybody does if it does not concern me personally, financially. So stop asking me to tailor my content.
What you here talking about?
Can I finish? You got to be less emotional with your shit, man. Because I sat and I disagree with you, but I still let you cook. So just be easy. So like I said, if you want to listen.
Yeah, but
so this is what I'm talking about.
Melody had given you a minute though, bro.
Yeah, listen.
Ahead,
I just want to finish. I just want to finish my statement without everybody jumping in, because when everybody talks, if you notice, the whole night I didn't say anything, right? So I'm just asking for that. So again, stop telling people what they should do on their own channels. If you don't like it, apparently you don't watch. So I don't even understand where your argument is coming from, because you haven't even watched a video. So it's almost like I'm going to get on Ant for not traveling and having an opinion on traveling. It's the same thing I'm going to do on you when you're talking about my channel and you even haven't even watched one video. And I'll end it right there.